Good morning and welcome to our seminar where you are going to learn the essential components of setting up a school that incorporates blended learning with technology to help advance all student learning. My name is Dalen Shattuck and I am the principal at Technology Institute of Learning and Collaboration, otherwise known as Tilc. We want to start by letting you know that our funding has come from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. We were blessed in that they were looking to pilot a program of an elementary school where they can build it from the foundation up. Our goal is to get students ready for college. They took it down to the primary level so that they could see the effects it has on our students. We are very blessed to have had the funding through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So what does Tilc believe? We believe in a vision that captivates, collaborates, educates, and prepares our students. It was important for us to come up with this vision before we could really move on to the details of what we wanted our school to incorporate. Our mission statement was something that we developed as a team of teachers and administrators. We involved the community and all the stakeholders that were willing to get involved. Another important aspect of Tilc is we wanted to incorporate that commitment to learning. And Tilc promises to provide each student with at least one device, incorporate the rotation model of blended learning, which has teacher-led small group instruction, independent and collaborative work, online assessment, and instruction. And then we wanted to make sure that we were providing multi-kinesthetic learning opportunities for all students. The fear that everybody's sitting behind a computer or not getting outside was not something that was going to happen at Tilc. And here's a good example of the blended learning cycle where we have the engage, explore, explain, expand, and evaluate. We have the online within the classroom, and then we have mobile, or what we call the project-based learning that goes on with our students. So getting Tilc ready was quite a process. We began with what we wanted our pods to look like. Our pods are called What I Need pods. And the pods are based on needs and strengths. They're not based on grade level, age level. They're based on what our students need. You can see a little rudimentary drawing I did here. We have 6 pods. Each one is color coded. Students go there based on what their needs are. Their pod could change from month to month. It, again, just depends on their strengths and needs. One of the biggest components that you need to consider when setting up your school is your infrastructure of technology. How are you going to make it so that all the devices that you're providing your students or your students are bringing in, and community members and teachers, how is it going to work? How are you going to support all those devices? And at what speed do you want technology to respond? The Department of Education has a starting point checklist that you will want to follow as you set up an infrastructure for your school. The committee members and I looked at this and followed the guidelines as we worked through the many obstacles. All of our chairs are stability balls. We decided to do this in order to help students stay engaged and centered. There's lots of research that goes with the benefits of having stability balls, and even though this might not seem like an important thing to decide, I just wanted to go over the nitty-gritty of setting up a school, and figuring out what you want for your students is so important. We have common areas in all the pods, and the common areas are similar. So we have big couch chairs like this one here, and covered in soft, furry material that's great for relaxing. And then our common scheme throughout all the pods is this color scheme here that helps to reunite our school as one, even though we have the separate wind pods. Getting the teachers ready was probably one of the most challenging parts of Tilc. What we did is a small committee visited school sites. We went to Rocket Ship Spark Academy in San Jose. We went to Aspire Titan Academy in California, and also the Cornerstone Academy. It was nice to see these three schools because some of, you can even tell by the picture, some of them were very up to date and innovative, and others tweaked what they already had. What we did then is we decided to go with a blending schools network in order to save our teachers time. We thought this was a good starting point. We might get to the point where we don't need the blending schools network anymore, but right now that's what our school system is using. And then we had lots of staff training. We had small group, whole group, individualized training, whatever it took to help get our teachers on the same page. And remember, that page is always coming back to the students learning. As an administrator, you need to then remember that always hire highly qualified, effective teachers who are willing to take a risk with the blended learning and the technologically advanced education that they will be providing their students. Getting the students ready was not a difficult part at all. What we found is that they were much more adaptive than the staff, parents, and community members as we moved from a traditional school to a blended learning state-of-the-art school. So the students were right on target. At Tilc, we provided every student with a mobile device like this watch here. Every student wears that throughout the day, and they're able to use that as needed. Then in their pods, they each have a mobile device, a laptop that they use when they are working with their teachers, when they're collaborating with their classmates, and when they're working individually on their assignments. Here we have what our school looks like inside. You can see there's desktops with the technology. Students are engaged, they're working together, and there is time when they're sitting and listening to the teacher. So it's a balance of whole group, small group, and individualized learning. Again, just a reminder that the students were able to adapt to any of the changes we made with technology and blended learning. Here are some resources that we use throughout our journey. Thank you for participating in this mini seminar training. Please feel free to contact me with any questions you may have so you can set up a school where your students are excited about learning and learning things that will help them in their future.